Right. How long did I have severe POTS? So it was like 2013, 2014, when I was first ill. I'd had a virus, had like a horrible stomach virus, and then that's where like the POTS, fatigue and everything had kind of stemmed from. What's your mic?
Yeah, I know.
There's a fucking fly. So I'd been pretty much bedbound. I'd walked to the end of the road for about 4 to 5 months off the back of that. And then I was still like, I only went into school at the time for about an hour a day, max. Most days I was off. So yeah, it was quite a long time. And it wasn't until 2016, so it was about 2.5 years later, 2.5, 3 years later, that I was actually diagnosed with POTS. So it took a long time from those like early phases to actually get the POTS diagnosis, and my POTS was still like, I still had extremely high like spikes of the tilt table test and everything. So yeah, it was still far from ideal at that point, and it wasn't until a couple of years later that I probably really got control of it. So yeah, it took me a while, but I did not have the knowledge that I had now, and I would have completely handled the entire thing differently had I've known. And that's what I like helping others do the same, is actually giving them that information right from the start of their POTS journey, because I definitely could have done with it. I feel like I've got double chins.
No, you're good.
Right. Most annoying thing about each other, snoring.
Yeah, you are a hell of a snorer. You really are.
Oh, you shut up. You wouldn't even know if I snored. Actually, no.
The thing is, you do snore, but it's not
care.
often that I wake up. But I'm a heavy sleeper, so you can do what you want.
Yeah, but exactly. I made it not even say snoring. Just your ability to sleep like you do.
So
It's so annoying.
The envy.
It is so annoying. I'm led there in bed sometimes, and I'm like, right, I really need to fall asleep. And this like thing next to me starts like purring, this massive snore, and like it's just rubbing it in my face about the fact that I'm not allowed to sleep. And
that says a lot more about you than it does about me. Just the fact you think unconscious boyfriend is winding you up. People just putting it on.
I know you're not putting it on, but it's still the principle. It really irritates me, and I've really debated suffocating you with a pillow multiple occasions. Oh, dear. What's my most annoying trait?
You leave shit everywhere. When you're busy, I will add, when you're busy, but just putting things away where you found them.
Yeah, but your form of putting things away is you tidy them to random places that are out of sight.
Yeah, but
and they make no sense. Yeah, then I can never find anything, and then you go into a different room and
there's a tissue on the table. Why is there a tissue on the table?
Well, we're out of tissues and I've been reusing it.
Put it in your pocket. Put it somewhere. Don't leave it on the dinner table. Just don't do that. It's like I'll clean the kitchen. I'll tidy it up all along. And I'll come back from work, and there'll just be like protein tubs dotted about. There'll be like a couple of glasses. I'll be like, okay, so if I have a drink, I use one glass. I'll just reuse the glass. There's like four. Yeah, before 9 a.m. There's 4 glasses. Like how? How's that happened?
2.
No, sometimes I've counted 4. I was like, oh, the other 2 were probably from the day before. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but often I also have to bring down the hoard that you leave up in the bedroom.
Like what?
Your glasses. You leave glasses. This isn't a
question about me. You've had your chance. This is now your chance.
What about the mugs that you hoard in your car?
Yeah, but they're in my car. They're not on your way.
I'm short of mugs.
I will take the camera in there now and show them how many mugs you have. You've got more mugs than necessary.
Because you hoard them. You do. I go into his truck sometimes and they're like 4 or 5 mugs, like empty mugs. Whereas, unlike a normal person, he would take like...
I think it's quite a common thing for guys to do. I think it is.
Well, drink a mug of coffee on the way to... Like a mug. Yeah. Not a travel mug, a mug.
I don't know what it's like in the States. I don't know if anyone over there is going to back me up on this. Any blue collar workers can back me up how many mugs they leave in their trucks. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I do have a bad habit of doing that. That is true.
Okay.
I've got more. If you want more, I can keep going. I've got loads on this.
Don't make it about you. This is my YouTube. You're also really stubborn.
Yes.
That's probably something that really annoys me, because you are just stubborn to the point of just like, if I ask Jack to do something or I suggest it, he'll purposely do the opposite. I didn't explain that very well.
No, you didn't know.
You know what I mean. He doesn't like being told what to do.
It depends how it's spoken to me.
I don't ever say...
It's the expectation.
Yeah, but...
No, but...
Right, how do you and Jack manage eating together with different nutritional requirements / prep?
Well, that's easy.
What?
I cook. I eat. You cook, you eat. Job done.
Most of the time that is what we do, in fairness.
Yeah. I mean, there's times where we'll eat together. Well, like one of us will cook and we'll have a nice meal, I guess.
Well, like at this...
prep and stuff. Yeah. Like you've been busy and I've cooked your prep meal for you while I've cooked mine, and it's no different than anyone else, I guess, in anyone else's lives.
Like at the start of our relationship, I feel like we never timed our schedules right to actually... We rarely, like weeknight, we'd rarely sit down and actually eat at the same time.
No.
When we were at the start of our relationship. And I think that's something that we have actually got better at, is even if we're eating separate things or like...
We do tend to eat at the same time.
Yeah, and towards the back end of my off season, I'd bulk make us, or you'd occasionally do it, bulk make bolognese. So we'd have all these portions. And to be fair, for us, like in the evenings, especially like just day in, day out, like having a meal that we can just throw together, like neither of us have much time.
No.
Like you've just got back from work, you're training as well. I'm usually in between calls, doing client stuff, doing the Postural approach, walking Maya. Try not to die.
Other than that time eating and then being in bed for like 15 minutes before we go to sleep, that's kind of the only time we actually have together, really.
Yeah, and the occasional dog walk.
Yeah.
And the occasional dog walk. But...
That's the joys of having busy schedules, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think what we have been doing as well, we've got a new Ninja smoker, the grill. Yeah. So
this has been fun, to be fair.
Yeah. So
we haven't used the smoker yet. We need to.
I was going to suggest we do something tonight. So it's like a barbecue Ninja air fryer.
Yeah, it's a grill, smoker, air fryer, dehydrator.
All the Ninja things are so people get. But it's an outdoor one.
The smoker is the new thing, isn't it? Because obviously that's why it's outdoor.
And grill.
No, you can get grill air fryers for inside. You can. There, that's not a new thing. I think it is just.
It's like a barbecue.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is nice.
Yeah. It is excellent for what we've used it for so far.
And it's nice because like we'll weigh our carbs and whatever else we have separately, and often cook that separately. So we've got like a Ninja dual air fryer, so we've got the 2 drawers. So if we're doing potato wedges or something like that, and we're doing air fried potatoes, we just weigh them in separate drawers. And then of course, depending on what meat we're having, we just weigh it separately.
Yeah.
When we were doing pasta, we'd often cook it in the same, because we were eating the same amount of pasta for a while, just for ease. But of course, now I'm on prep, that will vary dramatically. So yeah, it's just kind of dependent on what phases we're in. But a lot of the time, if we can have like a similar or the same meat, then we can often do that together.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then we can like bulk prep that. While I'm on prep, a lot of my food is a lot plainer than what it was in off season. Like I won't make bolognese like I used to, because although that I did only do it with like jarred sauce, like a jarred low fat sauce. Again, in prep, like I just don't like to do those like extra little bits, because all those extra little bits do add up. So a lot of my food's a lot blander, so it's more from like herbs and spices that I get a lot of my flavour. So yeah, just do like that air fried or the grilled trout we did, the trout fillet.
Yeah, the grilled
was
trout
really
fillets were
good.
nice.
So
They were good.
yeah, I think we're gonna have some summer barbecues with friends.
Excuse me, sorry.
With friends and stuff, which would be nice as well. So like I can just wait and prep my food separately, and then it's you get easier at just controlling it. And I mean, I think it's important to remember as well, like prep is my choice, and as you said, you like last night, you were just like, oh, like we wait until end of prep and like invite the mates over. And I'm like, I'd be more than happy to have them over now and even cook for them because I enjoy doing that. And it's the company, it's the social aspect. I really enjoy my food on prep, and I think prep's even different from like a normal fat loss phase because it is so goal driven. You just zone out from
Well, that's what I mean. That's why
the option of other things.
those questions always like kind of stump me a little bit. It's just like I think because we've done it for so long, it's ingrained in you. It's just
Yeah, it's a second nature. You don't think about it.
It's not a hard thing to do. It's like you have your meals that you need to eat.
Yeah. Eat them.
It's not hard, you know. Just do it. That's what it takes for you to be where you want to be. So just get on with it.
And the same goes with a lot of health related goals as well.
Yeah.
Like you could have like a bulk, for example, like the bolognese, you could bulk make that, but then you could cook your own carbs separately, or you could, whatever it is, it's very easy to sort of bulk make and weigh certain portions of the meal.
Yeah.
But then if it's easier just to literally cook yours separately, that's what we just tend to do because we just found rather than trying to like put it together and have like a proportion of this and it just gets a bit complicated. So literally just cook it separately, even if we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Next.
Right. Favourite clothes to wear to the gym. Do you want to answer this one for me?
What were your favourite clothes?
I just deleted all the questions. No, I didn't. It's all good. Yeah, what are my favourite clothes to wear at the gym? What was my favourite brand?
I don't know.
What do I always wear?
What, Lululemon?
There you go.
Okay. Lululemon. I don't know about your tops. I don't know what brand they are.
Lululemon.
Oh, are they? They all the same.
Lululemon.
Yeah, but you've got other things as well.
I do have some other things. I do like some of the Monster Factory. I like a big baggy baggy top to go over something. Yeah. But for the most part, and I know the Lululemon leggings are expensive, but you can get a 25% discount if you are a PT. So I definitely use that. But they last. Like I've tried so many other legging brands, especially with my stomach, ones that don't put loads of pressure on my stomach. Like they feel like you're wearing nothing, and I just find them a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've had some of the pairs of Lulus that I've worn for like 4 or 5 years, and they're absolutely fine. Usually the only issue I have with them is if I put a nail through them. That's usually or cat claws or myoclaws. But other than that, they last so much. But that's the same with any leggings, to be fair. But other than that, they last, and I feel like they're so much more flattering than a lot of other leggings, and they're just very comfy. Dun, dun, dun. Right. How long did it take for you to manage your POTS? POTS. And what medications did you take? So, to manage the POTS, I kind of touched on that already. In terms of like really it was 2013. I'd say it was probably 2018 that I was actually getting into a better groove because that was when I just had a lot of different changes in my life and I was able to focus more on my health as well. Did a lot of research and I got a lot more into exercise and actually weight training consistently. I've been doing it before that a lot anyway, but I think that was when I really got on top of my nutrition, which for me was the turning point. I've been training a lot, but I hadn't had the right nutrition to support it. And that's when I kind of fallen more into bodybuilding and just learn a lot more about my health and my conditions. I think like 2017, I was probably controlling it a lot more, but like it just got progressively over the next couple of years. Like I learned so much more. In terms of medications, I'd probably tried most of the ones out there. I'd been on fludrocortisone, ivabradine, midradine. They tried me on beta blockers, SSRIs. What other things have I been on? nortriptyline, which was for like pain management for my stomach. I tried all of them. For me, like, and this is so person dependent because I have a lot of clients who come to me and have never been on any medication, and it is so person dependent as to whether it's appropriate for that person. So I don't want you to take this as advice of being like, well, that's what got me to here, because honestly, I don't think I would have needed the medication had I have actually known how to manage my POTS. I think it would be a very, very different story if I had sort of had the knowledge that I'd had now. But at the time we were desperate and they just kept giving me medications and I didn't know any better. So yeah, they put a lot of different meds down me over the years. But I'd say the two that probably helped the most were the ivabradine and the midodrine. The midodrine then had started to drive things too far, so that became counterproductive. But yeah, those would probably be the two that had helped me the most over the years. But yeah, it's so person dependent, and meds definitely aren't necessary. For some people, they are necessary, I'd say, but for a large majority of people, they're not. And I do think a lot of people jump too quickly sometimes to medication without addressing any lifestyle factors. But at the same time, I guess you could also say that by having the medication, it allows you to address some of the lifestyle factors such as exercise more. So it's so person dependent, and I'd never say that you have to have them or you should or shouldn't have them, because I have clients who are on medication who have seen huge progress, and then we've managed to get them off medication entirely. You got to think of like Alex, for example, my other client Rebecca, just to name a couple off the top of my head, who have been off medication for a long time now as well. So
they both have their place.
Yeah, they both have their place, and it is so person dependent from that perspective. So don't see this
situation dependent as well.
Massively. So yeah, I think you just got to do you got to do what's best for you, what the doctors say. But what I will say, if either way, lifestyle is what's going to get you there. And that's what's going to be the biggest difference, because medication will only mask your symptoms. And I think some people see an improvement in their symptoms due to taking the medication because then they start doing more. And it's not the medication that's making them better. It's the fact that because the medication has suppressed their symptoms, they've been able to do more, and they've built up their exercise tolerance more without actually knowing it or understanding that. So it's important to recognise that it's the lifestyle factors that are going to be the difference between improving your condition or not. And the medication, if it helps you, it's helping that. It's not actually improving your condition. It just covers the symptoms. But yeah, I do also have a lot of clients who aren't on any medications. My stomach's making a load of... It's really not very happy today.
No,
I don't really know why, but it's one of those days. How was your Sunday leg day?
It's wonderful. Yeah. This is exactly what I wanted to do after training legs.
You can shut up. Anyway, what shows am I doing and what am I most excited for prep? So the first one is the Racetrick Royal Rumble. I think that's one on the 31st of August. The next one is the European Champs, which is in London mid-September. Then so they're both with two bros. And of course I'm going for IFBB figure. So the third one, so I've got 4 shows lined up. Third one, we're looking to do a PCA one. I can't remember exactly where it is. Not 100% sure yet, and we haven't confirmed these two either at the moment.
Is that not the one in like Kent or something?
It was somewhere, yeah, it wasn't Kent. It was somewhere, Kent? I think it was more north.
I mean, Kent is pretty far north. Was it York?
It could have been York or Hull or...
Hull. I think it was Hull.
I can't know. That, these were kind of penciled in, these last two. So the first one's it's the Ghost. We did have a ghost. That's a story for another time. So the first two we're definitely aiming for. The second two we haven't completely solidified the plan for them yet.
Fuck off.
Should I shut the door?
Yes, definitely. Where are you going? Where are you going?
So, yeah, so the second two is the PCA somewhere, wherever it is, whenever it is. There are a couple of different shows, so we're not sure exactly which one I'm going to do. And then the plan is, and what I would absolutely love to do, is I really want to do a show abroad. So we're going to do a pro qualifier, potentially in Italy is the goal. I was looking at the Polish one and the French one as well. But I think I was trying to choose which one. But I figured I just love Italy. And to end the season in Italy, I think would just, yeah. I think that's the way forward. So that's the goal. But yeah, it's quite a long season. So I've got a 20-week prep, 19 weeks out-ish now. And then from there, we have 7 weeks, I think, between the first show and if I do the Italy show. So yeah, like 27, 28-week prep. So yeah, it's gonna be a long season, but I'm really excited for it. What I'm most excited about, and most like nervous about are probably the same thing. Yeah, is just being that stage lean. I absolutely love it. I love just like waking up covered in veins, but it really hurts. So I'm a bit nervous and apprehensive about that. I know Christian does not mess around with conditioning at all. So it's going to be new levels of leanness that I've never experienced, which I need to for figure. So I am really excited for that, but definitely a bit nervous, I must admit. But yeah, I do just love like face caved in. I've got a very round face naturally, so I feel like my prep face, although it's bad, at least I have like, I'll say this now and I'll look like the angel of death by the end of prep. But like, I like having a jawline and cheekbones because I rarely do. I have to be really quite lean to have a jawline and cheekbones.
You make it sound like you've got like a face like a punch lasagna. Like
a punch lasagna?
You don't, your face isn't that round and...
It is at peak off season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've still got cheekbones and a jawline that you haven't...
I feel like as I'm getting a little bit older...
face, are you?
But as I'm getting a little bit older, I feel like I've got a bit more face structure. But I think like, especially when I was like late teens...
Okay.
Now I'm like mid-20s, I feel like I've got a bit more facial structure. But I feel like late teens, I had like the face the size of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I did. It was just round. There wasn't really any definition.
Such a funny picture. Just imagining your face like just completely... I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I think you're being quite self-critical.
Okay, anyway, moving on. But yeah, so I'm excited for the conditioning and just, yeah, it's just exciting. Like, when you feel like absolute death in the gym, but you look really cool. And, well, you look really cool to bodybuilders. Mm. To the general population, you look quite freaky and scary, but I quite like that as well. Mm. Like, yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Anyway, we will end it here. I'm sure we'll be doing some others. I think next you should if Jack could just stop dying.
Yeah, you might have to repeat that one last bit then.
We had a really horrible virus recently, so I spent the first 2.5 weeks, like before and then into prep, not training. It was hell.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I wasn't as bad as you. I think you had it a lot worse.
Yeah. It was really fevery as well.
Yeah, it was okay, really, all things considered.
So yeah, just back into the groove of training now. But we'll leave it here. Next one, we're looking to do day in life on prep, I think. And then we've got some exciting events and stuff, which we're going to be filming at as well. So if you have any ideas of what you want to see, then please let me know. Drop me a message, comment below. Please like and subscribe. It does really help out as well. And I'll see you all next time.
Peace.